The only certainty in an increasing complex world is change. Nostalgia and a reverence for the past certainly have their place in helping us to identify what elements of our society are most worth maintaining. But don't let the respect for the past breed a resistance to change inside of you. Sticking rigidly to a plan or to a preconceived notion of how you expect your journey to unfold can prevent you from seeing ripe opportunities along the course of your life's journey. Of course, it's great to have a vision to work toward, and I prescribe that. But remember that it is the experience of living your journey that truly makes the difference. You may harbor an idea of yourself from where you were when you were younger that you cling to today, even as the economy and the world continue to shift in new ways. A few years ago, how many of us knew the options of being a data scientist or a search engine optimizer? There's no way to tell with certainty what the fields and skill sets will be in most demand in even just a few years from now. The dizzying pace of technological change in particular can make many of us uncomfortable. What if we have always fashioned ourselves and identified ourselves as a writer or artist or salesperson? We may be reluctant to loosen our grip on these ideas and accept the new ways in which the internet revolution has necessitated that we embrace an array of new roles for ourselves. Saying that I'm not a computer person is just another way of saying that I'm resisting the idea of joining the 21st century. You may think of entrepreneurs as inherently skilled at dealing with shifting terrains and environments due to the flexibility and uncertainty of going into business for yourself. Yet, they very often are so conditioned to believe in themselves as the drivers of their destiny that they may be reluctant to accept changing conditions brought forth by new conditions in the world. They also are acutely aware of the consequences of failure and outside risk, since they have much less of a safety net to help them catch them if things go wrong. In some cases, over time, this awareness of the stakes can breed an overt fear of failure and an overly cautious approach to thinking about new opportunities and circumstances. The most effective entrepreneurs are those who recognize that they don't have all the answers. They understand that their little sliver of knowledge represents just the tip of a much bigger iceberg that is out there, and they need to continue to learn to keep things up. They don't rest on their laurels, but actively engage with the interesting ways that the world is changing so that they can continue to identify new markets and new openings to bring their offerings to scale. Being open to change isn't an excuse not to plan or to think ahead of what will happen with your customers over time. It merely means being adaptable and willing to revisit your plans based on changing conditions on the ground. Here are some tips on how you can lean into change and keep your great business idea agile and capable of bending with new information. First, stay informed. Don't just read big publications in your area of expertise or your local newspaper. Your reading needs to be wide and indiscriminate. You may even want to try picking up a random publication with your eyes closed the next time you're at the newsstand. Even if you end up with a periodical on something you're not especially interested in, it may be tractors, for example. You never know what the new ideas may come from it, just from getting out of your mental comfort zone. The key to continuous growth and effective change is never atrophy. It's keeping learning, staying new, and staying on top of what's going on in the world. Always look to the positive. Too many of us often dwell on the negative when we think of change. We conjure up mental images of things that are gone forever. It's important that we focus on the good changes, even if they are unintended consequences. The news media and social media are continually replete with stories of chaos and violence. It's easy to imagine we are living in an especially bad time. The unexpected reality is that there's never been a better time to be alive. With disease, violence, and poverty at all-time low numbers, we're just more aware of them due to the modern technology and the media. This same technology and human advancements in knowledge have eradicated numerous diseases and ailments worldwide. Imagine all of the other positive changes you may have been missing due to the misplaced focus. So stay focused on your core values. Maybe your position or daily duties will need to change as a result of the changes in the broader economy. But that does not mean that you need to change the guiding ethos and ethics that have been instilled in you. Some things are resolute and need not change. That includes your inner compass. By staying true to your personal integrity and vision for what you want to achieve overall in the world, you'll be able to more easily adapt to all of the superficial changes that also come about. At the end of the day, business will surely always be about delivering the highest quality products and services at optimal prices to the correct customer base. Don't let all of the distraction and noise out there distract you from keeping your vision on living the same core values that led you to trying your hand as an entrepreneur at the beginning of your journey. Also, accept the inevitable. Try as you might, you can't stop change when it comes to the broader societal trends. There are certain actions you can take as an individual to honor traditions and businesses you respect. For example, as a book lover, you may continue to frequent brick-and-mortar bookstores to buy novels in print form. This is a good way to share your support for local business and the industry of book printing. But you, as an individual, cannot stop the broader trend of book publication shifting toward electronic or online readers. So while you have every right to do what you want as a consumer, you will miss out on major opportunities if you resist marketing your book to Amazon or Kindle out of a reverence for the past. Focus on the key elements that made you love books and publishing to begin with, but be willing to play ball in the new marketplace as it has been created. It's going to go on with or without you. It is absolutely true that the prospect of change can be disconcerting and scary, especially when it comes to a matter as critical as how you generate your living and spend your most productive years. But by maintaining a flexible spirit and curious attitude towards how new changes will shake out, you will ensure that your head isn't buried in the sand. You will ensure that you have your nose turned out for the new opportunities for advancement that your competitors, facing backwards and resisting changes, will never be able to capitalize on in time. So take a moment now and register for ongoing articles and free trainings at my website, TonyNewmeyer.com. Follow me on Facebook and subscribe to my YouTube channel now. And always remember, live rich.